Hello and welcome back. I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but it is first thing in the morning here. It's literally, I think, not even 6:30 a.m. And I felt called to invite you into my practice this morning. This is not a typical staged yoga or meditation practice, but I am here to simply show up real, raw, and just as I am, because that is precisely what I like to teach and what I like to inspire. So welcome to my space, welcome to your practice if you choose to continue, and let's begin. Feeling called to do a little bit of yin today, perhaps a little bit of breath work, a little bit of meditation, which I'll guide you through. And this won't be a long practice, but it will be just enough to take you into a space within yourself that might unlock or unravel or simply rebalance and bring you into a little more harmony than maybe you were at before you began this video. So let's start by finding a comfortable seat. Whatever that looks like for you. You can use props, pillows if you need them, or you can simply sit, lay down, and figure it out as you go. Ultimately, you want to find a space comfortable enough where you don't need to wiggle around too much or constantly be moving. So if that requires you to lean against something, I also encourage you to do that if needed. I always feel that it's best to keep these practices light. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do this stuff. It's you exploring, being curious. Your body's your playground. Earth is your playground. These practices are your playground. So as you're seated here and as you're dropping into your body and listening to my voice, if you haven't already, maybe you feel comfortable enough to close your eyes, allowing your other senses beyond this sight to be heightened. Grounding into your sit bones or your back or your feet. Becoming aware of that foundation beneath you, the one that's physically holding you. And as you drop into that space, imagine yourself rooting in deeply. So the roots travel down, the roots travel wide, and you're really finding that secure sensation beneath you. And it's always important to feel held in your space, in your body, in your world, and even in your internal landscape. And it's from this place that we grow from with strength and with stability, with confidence, and with integrity. So that strong foundation and those strong roots are really important in your practice and in your everyday life. It branches out into all aspects of your life, your relationships, not only with yourself but with others. How you go about doing the things you do throughout the day, your actions, your language, your expression. So if there's any part of you today or in this moment that doesn't quite feel grounded, I'm inviting you to take this time to set an intention. Maybe your intention is to bring that into your space or bring that into your awareness for the time that we're here together, and see where that guides you. And from here, I invite you to take 3 deep clearing breaths. They're also very cleansing breaths. So in through the nose, filling up to full capacity, and breathing out through the mouth. Nice extension through that exhale. One more. And coming back to your natural rhythm and your in nose, out nose breath. Just do a little scan of the body. Just go all the way from the feet up to the top of the head. Go at your own pace and just check in. Check in with the physical sensations. Seeing what you find, seeing what you notice. Check in with your energy, your emotions, as well as where you are in your mental space at this moment. And that's going to vary depending on what time of day it is. And this is simply an observation. No judgment. And whatever it is that shows up for you is perfect. Everything has a place until it doesn't. And the beauty of this is when we realize something is no longer serving us, we have that opportunity in that window to release it. And if there's still something in that space for you, or in that uncomfort, or whatever it is that doesn't feel quite balanced, whatever's in that for you, if it sticks around, it's because there's still more to teach you or to show you. So we learn to have patience, compassion, acceptance for all the things. eyes closed. If you want to, you might open them a little bit just to see, but I like to practice with my eyes closed. Moving into a child's pose. So coming to the shins, maybe bringing the toes together. I'm taking my knees wide, but you can take your knees together if you want to. And coming down, forward fold. Third eye touches down to the mat, or in my case, to the bed. Sitting the hips back towards the heels. Allowing everything to simply rest in this shape. Letting go of the effort. Bringing awareness to the hips, maybe even the shoulders. The few poses I am sharing with you in this moment and in this practice are more geared for how I'm waking up. But if it's nighttime for you, this could be a really beautiful way to get you ready for your night's rest. Or even in the middle of the day. I mean, there's really no rules to any of this. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Get creative. Go against the grain. Find your own way. And take just a couple of more breaths right here in this space. And then on an inhale, going to pull the body back up. Coming to a tabletop position. And inviting in some cat-cows. So allowing for the bones to stack, so wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And as we inhale, chin, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, extend through the heart. Exhaling, rounding the back. This is cat. Tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, and allowing that belly to tuck up toward the spine. Back rounds. Inhale again, swoop and sway. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. And just do a few more at your own pace. Allowing the movement to match the breathing. And then coming back to a neutral space. Coming to a seat once again and extending the legs out in front of you. Caterpillar. Bending the knees if needed, reaching for the toes or the feet, whatever's available for you, and then extending the legs. Waking up the hamstrings, maybe even the back, maybe even the calves. I'm staying pretty active in this because that's what feels good to me right now, is to keep a little bit of effort, a little bit of engagement, especially through my upper body right now. Not so much the legs, but with my upper body, letting the legs relax. So disengaging the quadriceps, not really fighting with the lower body here at all. But I can definitely feel things firing as well as releasing. Sitting back up nice and straight, bringing the right foot into the left inner thigh for like a half butterfly or Janusirsasana. And from here, angling my body over my left leg, taking a deep breath up and in, and then folding over that left leg. And this time, I'm going to release the engagement. So once I find my sweet spot, I'm letting the arms go and I'm letting the back round and letting the head fall toward the leg. Softening so that left leg is not engaged. The knee might even soften as you fold and release. And once again, coming into that intentional breathing. So like I said, I'm doing this in the morning. So I'm really feeling all of these shapes right now because my body's just waking up from, laying down for quite a few hours. So it's going to feel completely different to me at this time of day than it would, let's say, if you did this at the end of the day or even in the middle of the day. So the invitation every single time you come to your practice or come to the mat is to be there with fresh, open eyes, knowing that your body's going to present itself in its own unique way according to what it's been moving through, or not moving through in my case, because it's been in stillness for such a long time. So you're really honoring exactly where you are. You're becoming so present in the moment with yourself and with your body and your body-mind connection, so that you are seeing what's there, like what's literally in front of you and within you in this moment. Not where you want to be, not where you think you should be, but where you are, and you're meeting yourself there, and you're meeting yourself there with what needs to be met with. Like, do you need a little patience with yourself right now? Do you need to maybe lean in a little deeper? Are you ready to press the edges right now, or are you wanting to soften into those edges? Take a deep breath in and come all the way out. We're going to switch legs. So left foot comes in, right leg extends, lifting up, inhaling, and exhaling and folding. Now over the right side. Taking your time, falling into place, whatever that means for you, whatever that looks like. We are all different bodies, different situations in life that we're navigating with all the bodies, mental, energetic, emotional, and physical. Whenever I'm practicing and I'm doing my best to stay present in my body, I find that scan technique kind of helps. Where you're just checking in with all the sensations you're feeling in a particular posture. And then you're noticing when those sensations perhaps dissolve as you hold, or maybe even intensify as you hold. It's going to be different for everyone and at different times, but this is you learning how to really observe yourself and to kind of develop a deeper communication with your body and mind. And that will deepen your relationship with all sorts of things, which are the reasons why we say taking yoga off the mat. Finding our center through these practices allows us to find our center out in real life. Like when we're not here doing this work, but when we're lifing, when we're out there in the external world and things are happening around us. We don't have control over a lot of those things, but we do have control over how we respond to those things. Couple more breaths here. And then rolling up on an inhale. Okay, I'm going to come down into a conscious resting pose. So feet grounded, knees lifted, back comes down to whatever surface you're on. I have my hands resting on my thighs. I'm just letting my body settle in. Giving my back a little length once again from the rounding of the other poses. Hugging the knees into the chest. Taking a few circles, rolling it out. And taking both my knees over to the left, extending my right arm out to the right, A little bit of a spinal twist here for just a few moments. Really wringing out the spine, the organs, everything in there, getting a nice little wake up. Some places being contracted and compressed, while others opening up and expanding. This is a short one, so come on back up, take a breath in, take the knees to the other side, so over to the right, arm extends out to the left. Just rolling all the way over to this right side and pressing the body up. And once again, finding a comfortable seat. I'm doing hero's pose this time. A little bit of breath work, a little meditation. Focusing on these longer breaths. This is not super loud, but it is definitely a breath that you can hear yourself doing. Some stillness. So allowing the breath to come back to a simple in-nose, out-nose breath. Muscles of the face to soften, releasing the jaw. Maybe taking notice of how your heart space feels. How your body feels. Is that this short yet powerful practice has supported you in some way, inviting in a little more peace and calm to your day or to your evening. Thank you for joining, and until next time, Namaste.